Welcome along then, ladies and gentlemen, to Austria, also known as Spielberg, Österreich. Race 6 out of 14 Hedges races, Formula 1 2019. And we're here at the third shortest track on the calendar, just after Mexico and Monaco in that order. But it is the shortest track with the least corners, only 10 of them, 7 to the left, 7 to the right, 3 to the left. It's a clockwise based circuit. 3 GLS zones to help in the race a little bit later on. 1 to turn 1, another down to turn 3, and if you can't get that moved on there, down to turn 4. Fast-paced second sector as well, quite a tricky third sector. We're a third of the way through qualifying, we've got a few times, and to talk through us tonight, my Martin Bundle, my Alan Smith, my Hedghog11.
Good evening everybody, welcome to Austria. We have 14 of us tonight. I say us, it's not us, it's them, our racers, and without them it wouldn't be possible, so thank you to each and every one of them for making this happen. I think you've pretty much covered everything, Limmy, so we'll sit back, watch qualifying unfold, and be back just before the race starts. Thank you.
The qualifying of Austria. Hedghog's just away for a little bit, setting up some stuff for the race and gathering some of his personal notes as well. But whilst he does that, let's talk a bit through qualifying. Why not, as we've got 9 minutes left to go. The quickest time, a 1 minute 5.1 from Jelly at the moment. His Red Bull teammate Mike's in third with a 5.7. Hobbsy's 5.4, just splitting for Red Bulls at the moment. But don't forget, we have another lot of lap batches, shall we say, to come. Chris Panda in the Renault is the quickest on the mediums, a second behind the pole sitter. It's not too bad, as you just saw on your screen. He just flicked on some soft tyres. I don't think you can see on your screen the tyres at the moment, but I'm sure Hedge will show you them at the end of the session, and I'll try and let you know. Like we said in the intro, it's a short circuit, only 10 corners. Turn 2 really isn't even a corner. We'll take you on a lap of Austria on board with someone who's going to try and put in a lap, and we'll find that out in a second. At the moment, Racing Point, after the 5th race in Australia, finally took the lead in the Constructors' Championships. They lead Red Bull by 7 points. Favi and Arav are both here tonight as well. So there'll be some fierce competition between those two. McLaren are only 29 points behind Red Bull as well. Hobbsy and J Wills here. What points can they get? Of course, Hobbsy won in Monaco too. And Renault set on 61, which is not too bad. 16 in front of Toro Rosso as well. The Toro Rosso crew made of Chimp and Top Dog. Top Dog isn't here this evening, I'm pretty sure. What can Chimp do on a circuit that is actually not too bad in time trials. Of course, it matters what happens in a race. Of course. Australia we had last week, and a 5-second penalty given to Hobbsy restricted him from taking the win there. So Favi got it in his racing point, the first win of the season. And I think I just saw on the stream Mike Whitty having a bit of a spin after turn 3, and that's with brand new soft tyres, by the way. Yeah, so Jelly won the first 3 races, hasn't won since. Hobbsy and Fabi taking those wins. But yeah, like I said, a good win for Hobbsy in Monaco. It's a tricky track. Favi won in Australia, of course, after that penalty. So really interesting to see who's going to win tonight. The field is spreading out a little bit. In terms of the drivers, Jelly leads by 27 points. It's a decent amount. So far, but we've got a long way to go. 7 more races after tonight, including Spain tomorrow, Italy, Singapore next week. Let's commentate on some qualifying. Hobbs is taking the lead, but with a 104.7. So I'm just trying to find out who's Kez got on the stream. So he's on board with Mike, who's coming into the pit. So we'll see what it flicks to at the moment, because there's no point in me commentating something that you can't see. So let's have a look. So he's on board with Chris Panda at the moment. Let's see how he's doing. Okay, I think he's on a lap. He's a 10th up, coming round turn 10, the final corner. To cross the line, needs a bit more than a 10th, though. He goes 5.4 and goes third fastest ahead of Mike by just less than 3 tenths, and just less than 3 tenths away from second place as well. And I'm pretty sure Hobbsy got pole in the practice race midweek on Monday as well. I'm not sure if any other practice races have been done during the week. We've got AEK and James. Now, the reason James retired early is he did have a qualifying ban. His PS4 had a little bit of a freeze, and his car was stuck on the grid, and unfortunately did cause damage to 2 other vehicles, which is why, unfortunately, he has got a restriction. But luckily for him, there's only 14 drivers tonight, so hopefully he can make his way up. But yeah, good point, Andrew. Has to have got a point, got a chance of getting some points, as that'll be inflicted by themselves, or a contact by another car, or just whatever. We'll see. There are some rumours that there may be a little bit of rain at the start of the race. We're not sure though. We got sent a picture of the weather, but it only showed half of the race, not the first half. So we'll see what happens regarding that. But maybe dry. Doesn't really matter. The rain, of course, introduces some more entertainment and stuff, but we'll see. We've got 4.5 minutes left of qualifying in Austria. We've already had 13.5 minutes. Somehow it's flying. Who's Kez on board with on the stream? Jacko. Who is that? Is that a new driver? I don't know. Maybe it is. Here we go then. On a lap with Jacko. Let's take you on a lap of Austria Spielberg Österreich circuit. Down to turn 3 he goes in his Alfa Romeo, partnered with, well, he hadn't got a teammate tonight, but not a bad braking zone for turn 3. Wax on the DRS as he roots down to turn 4. 4 minutes of qualifying to go, and I didn't quite see his first sector time. It actually comes before turn 3, and that's the point of the DRS detection zone, to see if you have the qualities, I mean, you know, the time available to use that, to open that wing at the back and give some speed, as Lewis loses time in turn 6 and has to give way to the Alfa Romeo of Jacko. Turn 7. You can gain a lot more time if you use the curb on the right hand side as well. Right turn of 8. Down to 9 he goes, and his second sector time has already come in, but we missed that as well. Into turn 9. The 90-degree right-hander. One more to follow. He cuts the curb pretty well, actually. He crosses the line. Does he improve on a 6.2? He goes 6 dead. Goes up 1 place, a 10th quicker than Arif into P5. And Mike is a second away from pole. I know you won't see Mike on your screen, but I'm on board with him now as he goes to turn 3. He takes it wide, but he does okay. Jay Rose is off a track to let him pass as well. And we'll see how Mike is doing towards his second sector time just after turn 6 in a little bit. And not got long to go. It's for a chance for the drivers that are left in the pits to come out a little bit and get their final laps in. As you see, everyone's literally on the track apart from 3 people in the pits, and one of them can't come out anyway. Mike is a 10th and a half up, which isn't enough to push for a top 3 spot at the moment. But let's see how he cuts the final 2 corners. You're actually on board with Mike on the stream, which is good, so that's good. Through the final corner, Mike goes. It's a little bit on the slow end, but we'll see if he improves. 105.4 to take third. He goes 105.1, but it was invalidated. It didn't show on the graphic that it was. But it was. Chris Panda's doing well. He's out of turn 4, a 10th and a half up at the moment, and that's just about won't be enough. He needs more than that with 2/3 of the lap to go. Does Chris Panda in his Renault, and he did say, he just tagged me in a Facebook post a little bit ago that he wants a podium tonight. He's sick of getting 4th places or not finishing the race. So Chris Panda's in it for a podium. I didn't see what his first and second sector time was, and I think he's cancelled and come into the pits. Hodsey is out. Chimp is also out. Millsy is turning right quite early. I'm guessing he's going into the pits. Yes, he is. Jacko's going to come into the pits as well, and Lewis is not on a fast lap, neither is AEK. Mills is retired in the pits, so he's not going quicker than P7 at the moment, and Born Goofy will be able to improve either as he goes wide after turns 7 and 8. Here's Hobbs's lap then, the guy that wants to sit on pole for Austria. Let's go for it, down into turn 1, cuts the curb nicely, doesn't get invalidated, really good exit. Onto the DRS straight away as he heads up to the highest elevation change of the track, 82 metres. It is down to turn 3 as you see him full power on the brakes, cutting the curb, very nice indeed. A little bit slower on the exit that he would have wanted, I think is invalidated, and he will just about be able to make it back to the line for a chance. Jacko will not be able to improve. J-Wills and Chimpo out, so is the hour. The next person at the front that will be going on for a lap is the Red Bull of Jake. As well, it's Austria is known as the Red Bull Ring, as Mike has retired in the pits. He's not getting quicker or higher than P4 as Jelly sets himself up for his lap in Austria. Can he save 3 temps to beat Hobbsy? Of course, Hobbsy's got 1 more lap to come as well as Arav. He's happy with his time. Down to turn 1. He has crossed the line in time to do it. Cuts out the curb, not too bad. With the DRS on the first sector time, very, very quick. It just comes after this yellow bridge. Not a bridge, but the banner that you can see. Here we go then. He is up by 1.5 temps, which is a good effort in the shortest sector of the track. We could be in for a very close pole fight between Hobbsy and Jelly, which may make all the difference for the race. Is Hobbsy on his lap as well? He is. So we've got 2 cars right after each other, but we can check the sector times. Oh boy, Hobbsy's nearly run out of fuel, but that's quite interesting. Through turn 6, Jake goes, and the second sector time is also 2 temps up. So at the moment, Jelly might be getting pole. Hobbsy's down by 200ths of a second, 22 thousandths of a second, if you want to be pedantic. And Jelly through turn 9, he's going to try his best to get pole. Has he got the battery available? I think he does. He comes round the final corner, crosses the line, and doesn't set pole. And that is all by confirmed. Hobbs's pole. Does he go quicker? He does go quicker. Even more on an extra lap of softs, and a good effort from Hobbsy. And I just need to check that who got pole last week. Jelly and Hobbsy battled it out in Monaco by half a second, but tonight again it's about half a second tonight. Hopefully Hez comes back soon, but Hobbsy gets pole in Austria with a decent time. Jelly and the Red Bull behind for the Red Bull Ring. Can he do something from P2? Chris Panda gets third. If he's there at the end of the race, he'll be happy. A second behind the leader, Mike. Then Jacko, then Arav in the racing point. Mills gets a P7, not too bad. Favi's 8th. A little bit slower for Favi. Maybe he could have done a little bit better. J Wolves 9th, Chip 10th, Lewis is 11th, AEK 12th, the Williams of Born Goofy's 13th, and the quali ban for James, he sets no time. And we get on to the race, and hopefully Hez comes back.
Good evening.
Within. Oh, he's back.
You alright?
I am.
Good. Very, very good commentary, mate. Excellent. Just quickly, based on the stream.
Hey, there we go.
Okay.
A little bit of rain.
Okay.
Mike
Just
wasn't
quickly,
lying.
based on the stream, there's a couple of. I've had a message saying it's a bit laggy on the stream. Not laggy, but the quality isn't the best. So I do apologise.
It's fine on mine.
But as long as it's okay, then we're good to go. You take it away, Limmy.
No problem. Andrew Eaton. Limmy, if I get points tonight, you owe me a Jaffa cake. I am AEK. Do you know what? I hate Jaffa cakes, but I'll give you one. Yeah, we did get told it was light rain. Whether it's soft tyre rain, just about, or inters, we don't know. We'll find out when we see the grid for the formation lap. Qualifying, Kez. Hobbsy takes pole by nearly half a second, and the two Red Bulls, second and fourth, with Chris Panda in third.
Yeah, I watching that last lap, Jelly and Hobbsy both going at it. I thought Jelly for a second, he was up on his time, wasn't he? I thought he was just going to pip him to the podium, but
so
fair play to Hobbsy.
Backed off. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Just before the line, he did back off. Whether it was because he'd used those tyres for 2 laps, or he wanted to save them for the race because they'd only done an out lap and half a fast lap, we don't know. Because there is rain, if we do start on inters, we may see a double soft strategy, which is possible. Soft's going to do about 13 laps, so if this rain stays still.
Sorry to chip in, we may have to restart because I don't think anybody's loading in. I think everybody's on this menu.
So what we're going to have to do then is change,
which isn't ideal,
also put the
because the weather, yeah.
Start light rain and then go to dry.
Are you on the loading screen still? Araf's got a circle.
I am stuck, yeah, I am stuck.
Right.
So this happened in Monaco, right? It was Monaco
it did happen
where we
in
had
Monaco.
to reset the grid.
Yeah. We're going to have to back
it's very
out.
rare, but
I do apologise for this if you're watching. It doesn't happen very often.
No, I think I've done commentary since December. For about 8 leagues.
We appeared to have one driver on my screen who didn't load in, so whether that's got anything to do with it, I'm not sure, but we're going to have to start again.
So we're going to have to make a quick phone call to the host of the lobby.
Yes, if you can do that, Jack, I would appreciate that. And we'll be back as soon as we can, like Jack. So I do apologise for this. It doesn't happen very often, but we're going to get everything set back up. The grid will remain the same. The weather will remain as close as possible to how it was scheduled. And we'll be back in a moment. We've got a bit of an issue, people asking in the comments. Someone didn't load in, so I think it glitched the lobby for everybody. Nobody could get into the race. So we're going to sort it out, and we'll be back as soon as possible. Stay with us. Hello again everyone, just a quick update for you. I'm back in the lobby now, as you can probably see on the stream. We're just preparing the lobby now, so we're sorting out the grid as it was, and also we're going to try and sort the weather out as close to as it was during what would have been the race. Limmy's just discussing it with the host of the lobby, and we will hopefully be good to go in a matter of minutes. Hello again, everyone. Thank you for sticking with us. I apologise for that bit of issue there. We are, I think, just about good to go. All the lobby's getting finalised now. I'm not controlling it, so I'm just sort of waiting like the rest of you. Everybody seems to be back in the lobby. We have Franco Pompey who's joined. He's actually racing. Franco Pompey, if you didn't know, he's a reserve driver now. He was part of the Ferrari team, but his availability wasn't the greatest. It appears that he is racing.
Hello.
Hello, Franco Pompey's just joined.
Yeah, so he's filling in for Jacob.
Oh, okay, so he's just being a reserve driver, basically.
He's getting his point.
Is he going to be put right at the back, I take it?
James is going to be one ahead, but Franco will join at the back.
Right, that's fair enough.
So
I think we're good to go then.
Yeah, so we've done with slots. So it will start inters.
Yep.
Then it'll go to dries. Whether that'll be a two soft, because
you
don't have to change your compound if it's wet. So whether it'll be a soft medium, we have no idea how long the rain lasts for. We can't decide that. So it could be lap 10, it could be 18.
Yeah.
We have no idea. We've just given the slots that it will go to dry from light rain.
Yeah. Good to go then, I think.
That's the good thing though. We don't know what's going to happen. The drivers can have a quick look on their screens when they get in.
Yeah.
And they can also ask Jeff, who will give the same answer to everyone. We know that's how it works. So if Jeff tells AEK that it's 10 minutes, then Chris will get the same message, for example. All we can do is, I haven't had many races that swap weather, but we just look at the clouds and see when they, get less grey.
Interesting.
I guess.
So again, apologies for that. It doesn't normally happen. It's only happened to me twice. It happened in Monaco last week, funny enough, as well. But anyway, we're good to go. What it has benefited from is that we've got a Ferrari driver now. Franco Pompey's first race of the... I think it is his first race anyway. Of the season. He's a reserve driver. And he's filling in, so we now have seven... Sorry, not 17. We're two of them. We have 15, don't we?
I haven't
15.
commentated a wet start. I've commentated a wet coming in rain, like coming through halfway the race. I haven't commentated a race
starting in the rain,
in wet since about April.
And let me just clarify this: if you're new to watching this, obviously this stream only started last week. If you've not been watching Limmy streams previously, this is the first time we've had dynamic weather all season. We've had clear weather.
Start my stream actually.
I just want to reiterate that we've had clear weather all season. Yeah. So this is the first time we've used dynamic. So a lot of these drivers, a lot of them are new to the game as well, aren't used to rain on track. So it's going to play a really significant part.
We did tell them to practice.
We did. We did say, didn't we? Dynamic weather's, it's a mixture, isn't it? So
why is there only one person that can't get in again?
Franco Pompey's not loading in again, which whether he's not here, I don't know.
That could be the case. We will have to be fair, you get a 2-minute timer in each lobby. So with PSF1, like you did last week, each driver is allowed 2 minutes. Whether the drivers will get confused and start quitting again, I don't know. I can try and put a message to them very quickly. But I'm pretty sure you do get a 2-minute timer.
I mean, everybody's on my screen. I don't know what it's like on yours, but everyone's ticked apart from one again. Is that the case with you as well, or? I'm not sure what's going on here. It's typical, isn't it? We start streaming and then something happens. Give it a minute. But it normally doesn't take this long, does it? So I don't know what's going on. Whether Franco's not, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on.
Well, if it was a problem on Franco's end, we'd probably be in.
Very true.
One person's thing doesn't stop us all. But there is a 2-minute timer. It hasn't been 2 minutes yet. I am expecting the 30 seconds to come in any moment now. Yeah. If it doesn't come in, probably in the next 30 seconds, we have to try again.
Just to let you know, Lewis Wyatt has put in the chat, tell Limmy his stream says VFL ICC draw. You've not changed the name of your stream.
Well, if you want to go watch that, by the way, yeah, I'll change it.
I'm guessing we're not getting in here because this has been more than 2 minutes now, I think, and nothing seems to be going on. So it might have to be a case we're back out for a second time, should I say, and try again, which is not ideal, but I don't really know what else we can do. So I think I mean I can't even back out. Can you do anything? I can close the application, but I can't physically
It's a
back out.
close app job.
Right, we're back again in a few minutes. I apologise to everybody again. Third
I
time
mean, we
lucky.
can try and discuss some stuff whilst...
I'm going to close the application and